Welcome to part 2 of the guided tour of ProTracker Software's Advantage. We will be discussing entering contacts and clients and the task, note, and workflow libraries. To begin, we will add a contact. Remember that a contact is essentially everyone in your world, including clients. Notice that we are on the Contact List View screen. The most obvious way to add a contact is from the main toolbar and by selecting the Add a Contact option. This is the same as adding a contact from the Assistant area on the left side of the screen, or by clicking on the plus sign on the upper right corner of the Contact List View screen. Just as a footnote, anytime you see a plus sign on a screen, if you click on it, it will allow you to add another of whatever is on the screen. In this case, we were in the Contact List View screen, so you are allowed to add another contact. Let's add a contact another way, since this dialog box is pretty self-explanatory. Let's use the New Contact Wizard feature from the main toolbar. This feature will allow us to add a family of contacts. We will start by entering the first name of the first contact in the family, Bill Jones. He will be a contact type of prospect. Let's enter a home address for Bill. Notice when I enter a zip code first, Advantage automatically looks up the city and state that matches the zip code. We will quickly enter a home phone number. Let's add a second contact down at the bottom here, Sarah Jones. She will also be contact type prospect. Notice that Advantage assumes that the second contact will have the same home address and home phone number. It also assumes that Sarah is Bill's spouse over here in the relationship field. You'll always have the option of selecting another type of relationship if you wish. Let's go ahead and add a child down at the bottom, Emma Jones. She will also be a prospect. And again, she has the same home address and home phone number. Let's go ahead and click Finish down at the bottom, and we will be taken to the first contact in the relationship, Bill Jones. Notice the business card, which is a contact representation. Let's click on the Associations tab from the Contact Profile. By using the New Contact Wizard feature for entering the entire Jones family, Advantage automatically establishes the relationships that Sarah is Bill's spouse and Emma is Bill's child. The New Contact Wizard saves the need for having to perform this associations link. However, you can do it manually just by double-clicking on the Add a Relative option over in the Assistant area and selecting an additional relative from the database. You also have the option of adding a professional association if you wish. So you can see with time you can build up a list of contact associations with Bill. Under the Marketing tab from the Contact Profile, since Bill is a prospect, this would be where you would manage all of your marketing efforts. If Bill's becoming part of the database as a result of a campaign, you have the option of selecting a campaign type and a campaign name if it's already entered in the database. You also have the option of filling in the Referred By field with a referral source from your database. This field allows you to keep track of who is referring prospects to your firm. Other information that can be filled in is the potential assets under management that Bill has, the potential fee that he might bring to the firm, a target date of when he might join the firm. All of these fields can be used to create marketing reports. You also may add pipeline events down here at the bottom, such as initial meetings with prospects, proposal presentations, or contract signings. As a prospect progresses through the pipeline, hopefully to become a client, you can manage a prospect from this Marketing tab here. There are also marketing reports that are available to you, such as sorting prospects by potential assets under management or by potential fee. There is an in-depth recorded tutorial that is available to you at protracker.com that discusses more on the marketing tab here. From the contact profile, you may directly convert a contact into a client by double-clicking on the Go to Client Record option in the Assistant area over on the left. There isn't a client record on file. Would you like to create one? We will click Yes. As you can see, there's a lot of information that can be entered in this dialog box. Let's add our second contact, Sarah, from the database. We also have the option of changing how the envelope will read when we send Bill and Sarah mail. Make it a little bit more professional. We also have the option of checking that they are married. Yes, they are married, and if we have an anniversary date, we could enter it here as well. We also have the option of checking off the services that our firm will provide for them, such as financial planning, investment management. And you can enter more information if you wish. Let's finish by clicking on Save and go to Profile. The client profile will list the two contact people, Bill and Sarah Jones. Notice the many tabs from the client profile screen. There is a lot of work involved with converting a contact into a client, and a lot of information needs to be gathered from the contact to be entered into Protracker. Let's start by adding a task to define something that needs to be done for the client. You may manually add a task from the main toolbar by selecting the Add a Task option. If the task is something that is done for every new client, for example, reviewing their main goals and objectives, you have the option of selecting the task from the task library, which is included in Advantage. Notice that our task, Review Goals and Objectives, has already been entered into the task library. Notice the description and the due date of the task. We can increment the date a couple of days forward by pressing the plus key on our keyboard, or subtracting days with the minus key. We will save and close. To go to the task library in Advantage, select the Operations menu from the main menu bar, select Libraries, and then select Tasks. From here, you can add a new library task by entering a category for the task, entering an action person who is one of the employees in your firm, and by entering a detailed task description. Let's go back to the client profile by clicking on the back button from the main toolbar. From the client profile, we can add a single note related to the client. From the main toolbar, select the Add a Note option. You also have the option of adding a generic note from the note library, which is similar to the task library just shown. Let's add a single note. At Protracker, we suggest that while you are on a phone call with a client, you should put on your phone headset, and while you talk to the client, you can start typing in the information. You can also select a category for the phone call. When the phone call has ended, you can polish the information in the note to your liking. Let's save and close this note. Let's click on the Activities tab from the client profile, and notice that the task and note that we had added to the client has been added to the list of activities for the client. This Activity tab exists not only for the client profile, but for the contact profile as well. It includes other activities such as appointments, emails, pipeline events that we have already discussed. Since there is a great amount of work required to enter all sorts of information about a new client into Protracker, a more powerful and useful feature is assigning a process from the Workflow library. The Workflow library is found under the Operations menu from the main menu bar. Select